What's going on, family? This is Manuel Godoy from Black Sands Entertainment, and this is a tutorial on how to use the Black Sands Publishing app to get your comics on there. You're going to have to do this about once a week if you have an exclusive contract with us. You're going to upload new chapters, and it's going to be an amazing process, very similar to Webtoon. So if you're familiar with that platform, you understand this one. Let's go first and get us set up, right? I am setting this up as if I'm a brand new user. So the first thing I'm going to do is after I get my invite and set up my password, I'm going to go to Creators Portal, which is right here. And we're going to sign in, all right? Use your password and everything else to get in. Boom. Now you're inside. The first thing they're going to ask you is, hey, would you like to set up your account? You say, hell yeah, I'm going to move my first series. So first series, click that button, and now you got to put a cover on your series. Most of the time, we're going to tell you to put a cover on there that has your logo, has the best image of your brand you ever possibly have, but no specific information about your comics, right? So not like this is chapter 1 or chapter 3 or chapter whatever. Don't put any of that information in there. Just put the main image and your logo most of the time. So we're going to drop this bad boy in there. Boom, we got Black Sands. It's there. Now, obviously, I got the information on the bottom. Don't worry about that. And it doesn't have to be exact size, too. So even though it says suggested size, you can just drop any size in there, and it's going to convert it, all right? So make sure that it's a portrait, though. So we put our name in, Black Sands, the Seven Kingdoms. Got to make sure we sell it right. We go to our genre, which will be historical fantasy. That's the ones. Your main one is important. Your second one also helps you out from people who are looking for you. But the first one is definitely the most important. So make sure your genre is right. Description, whatever description you want. Royal kids kick ancient butt, right? Bam. And always, as the last sentence, add credits, right? So if you're an illustrator and you're a writer, make sure you write that, like written by Manuel Godoy and illustrated by David Lennerman. See right there? Easy stuff. So after we've done all that, we're good to go. Our series looks ready to go. Create series. Now, once our series is in there, we're good to go. We have a series now. We can add more if you have multiple titles. You can always add more different series. But now we got to start working on our first chapter. Now, the main thing that you need to understand is that every image should be no wider than 800 pixels and 1200 pixels deep. That's how long we need to make them. And your entire chapter, if you're doing a chapter, always less than 15 megabytes. All right. So that means the images don't need to be huge. Now, the thing is, just because the size of the image is huge doesn't mean it's going to look any better on a phone. So that's what I tell people. Make sure you get that size down so we can have as many chapters as we want on here. Let's go set that up. Let's click that first chapter. Boom. So we're there. We need a thumbnail, a very small square thumbnail. So this is something that's going to be on the left side on the app. It's just going to be able to help people navigate on which comics they're going to do for you. So let's go and find one. I'm going to find one here for Minds, right? And then you guys are going to do the exact same thing. So let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So let's drop this bad boy in there. Boom. So we have that image. Now, if you notice, it's on the bottom right here. Bottom left here in our preview section. When you're doing chapters, you can actually preview them on the right side. So you can see how they actually will look in the app. This is a very important thing because, if you have any glaring mistakes, you'll be able to spot them early, right? So we're going to put them on the right side. Chapter name, let's say this is the prologue, right? Hey, it's the prologue. No need to get too fancy. In chapter notes, we'll say, are you ready for Black Sands? This is really the last thing people will see. So most of the time, I like leading this section with a question about the chapter, right? Like, hey, what did you think about, the last that punch that homeboy hit him with? Was it dirty or was it a legit move, right? And that'll usually get the comments up big time on your chapters. But then we got to go to the bottom and we got to upload these chapters. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can either click here and upload them via your what's it called? Or you can drag and drop them. I like dragging and dropping, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag and drop about 13 slides. All right, so first of all, let's see what happens if we do just one, right? Let's go to slide 1. Slide 1 is over here on the left. You see that? This is what happened. I uploaded it. It shows up right here on the bottom as edited page, JPEG 1. And then I'm going to add the second page. All right, now you see I added the second page. Now it's on the list, right? It's still there at the bottom. Look right here. When we go to the left, we can actually scroll to see how it's going to look on the app. So you see right there? Now we have a mobile comic. Now let's go and add the rest of them, right? Because we want to make sure this chapter is done and we don't want to take all day. So let's go and put the rest on there. Boom. Now we have everything here. Now what I love doing is labeling my pages to make sure that they're in order, because if I don't label them, right, I might, just not notice that a page was placed out of place. So let's say page 5 was here, right? Then what happens is, you got a mess up right here. You have page 8 in front of page 5. When you look at that and you go down to page 5, it's just going to randomly change right there. Look at that. Look at that huge mistake. We don't want to do that. So what we want to do is make sure that we're in the proper order so that everything runs smoothly and we can have our dope comic books, right? We got to have it right here. This is it. This is what we're doing, right? And then after we're done and everything checks out, we're good to go. We upload chapter. And this might take a second because it's uploading to the system, but that is it. Now, you might get a little bug that says chapter field is required. Just ignore that bug for now. We're going to get rid of that bug in about maybe a couple of days. But it's in there, trust me. So what we do is we hit the cancel button to go back. That will automatically close later on. But for now, you see it. Boom. It's uploaded, right? This chapter is now a part of the series. When people go in the app, they're going to see the entire chapter. Let's talk about lore cards. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go and add some lore cards. So lore cards is an amazing feature that we have on this app. It's the coolest feature we got. You can add lore cards for your comic series, and then people will collect these cards in the app. And they're very easy to add. This is how you do it. You basically have a card name. Let's say I want to go and add, let me find a character real quick so I could throw them on there, right? And then everybody's going to be like, okay, that's cool, right? So we'll make sure I got a nice good one for you. Let's go and add a Mantu Warriors one. So I have one for Mantu Warriors. Let's go put that on there. Look at that right there. So we just call him, Dope Fighter, right? For now, we'll call him Dope Fighter, right? And we're saying, this dude was raised on the streets, in the streets. I throw hands all day. Now check it out. Anytime someone rolls and they actually get a card that has this card right here, right? Anytime someone actually collects this card, it's going to connect to your actual series. So what happens is these cards are a great way to get you maximum exposure on the app. They're going to constantly get these cards all the time unlocked. And if you have like 10, 20, 30 cards on there from your characters, whether it's a character, a location, or whatever, people are going to end up going back to your series all the time. This is a great way to get maximum amount of organic traffic. Plus, it's pretty cool because later on, who knows, we might be able to give you these files to go and print them yourselves, go to a convention with like a whole bunch of cards created from the Black Sands, So experiment with this right here. Use it a lot. We love for you to really, put a lot of lore cards out there. We think that's amazing, this kind of stuff. So let's add this lore card. Boom. Now, if you look right here, you see it right there? Unlocks. How many times do people collect this lore card? You'll actually see it. We give you stats. One of the coolest thing about this app is that we're going to give you stats all the time. And you're going to be able to see stuff like that right there. So here you go. You got stats. For chapters, the chapter's still there. It'll tell you how many people are following and how many people have liked your chapter. But then we go into the real nitty gritty. Let's go to the stats. So when we go to your stats, you can actually check all the stats for your series. You can check how many times it's been unlocked, the total read time of your series, the total views of your series, comments, and likes. And you'll be able to manage your comments on the app directly. So you can go in there and really deal with comments straight up. So that's cool, right? We got all these different metrics and stuff that you can keep an eye on to see whether it's worth it or not, right? We want to see if it's worth it. We want to see if this is better than Webtoon. So we got to be able to track all this stuff. Now, when you go to your account details, you'll be able to set up all your stuff. We always tell you to put your website where you sell merchandise right here in the website tab. You can also put your social media platforms. We give people credit if they go and follow you on social media. So it's always better to have at least your main social media business page up here as well, right? So Instagram, right? Instagram.com/Black Sands Entertainment, right? So now anybody who clicks that Instagram thing is going to get linked directly to your stuff or whatever, right? It says invalid value. I guess I got to put HTTP or something like that. Let's see. Maybe that'll fix it. No, it probably won't. So maybe we gotta figure out. I gotta figure out what I need to do to get that done. Right. But for the most part, it should work just fine. Oh, look at that. So I guess that's what it is. I guess I just have to put your handle. So don't even worry about putting the link. Just put your handle, and it should work fine there. Additionally, you go to your account. And you actually need to set this up. This is very important. Your studio name, this part right here, is the most important part. Because when you go and put your studio name in, this is what's going to show up whenever they see your series. Whether you're Peta Studios or Macchiato or Godhood Comics, you need to make sure that you put your name there, right? So mine's Black Sands Entertainment. That's going to show up. So it's always going to be created by Black Sands Entertainment whenever they see the series, right? So that's what's up. That's all the information I have. I'm going to release the Hounds, and you guys will be able to get on the app right now and start uploading your chapters. And any problems at all, just hit me up. Let me know, and let's get this ball rolling. Black Sands out.